So one point is what I have just now discussed, that we need to remind ourselves good thoughts, good principles, so that we also lead on that path. Secondly, we need to have some examples. If something is told, the principle is told, it's very difficult to understand. Like if I say, Nasato vidyate bhavaha, asat never exists, and sat never cease to exist. And this is what the expert has discovered, and they have said. So what is this? Very difficult to understand. Asat, that which does not exist, does not exist. This is, simple statement, but difficult to understand. But it is, like this. Asat seems to exist. Whatever we see, the variety seems to exist. But actually, there is a unity. On that unity, the variety is existing. What I'm saying, if I say principle, it's very difficult to comprehend. Whereas, when we see or we hear the example in a great life that becomes vivid, it is easily understandable. It is easily comprehensible. So that is why we need to study the great lives. So here we are studying the life of Holy Mother, Sri Sarada Devi. So today we have a different reader, David. Paul is traveling. So David, you can start the story of Jadu.
Just a moment, Swami. In 1911, Holy Mother returned from her South Indian pilgrimage and went to Jairambati for Radhu's wedding. Swami Saradananda, Yogan Ma, Golap Ma, and others were present during the marriage ceremony. The mother was pleased and relieved when Radhu was married and went with her husband to Tajpur. The evening when the newly married couple left, Swami Sardananda was in a jovial mood. He praised Brahmachari Jadu for his untiring work in arranging Radhu's marriage. Swami Ishananda recorded, "There was a heavy rain and thunderstorm in the evening, and Brahmachari Jadu prepared a smoke for Sharat Maharaj. Imitating the East Bengal accent, the Swami humorously said, 'Jodo, if you can collect 108 pojo now and offer them at the feet of the mother, then you will receive her unlimited grace and blessings in one day, and you will achieve the result of your daily worship with pojo. You are a Bengal, a man of East Bengal known for tenacity, and this will be a test of your devotion and enthusiasm.'"
Okay, so one is Jodo, Jadunath, Yadu. So Yadu, Jadu. Similarly, Padma. Padma, so that in East Bengal, they say Paddo. So Paddo, like that. That's why it is said like this. Yeah.
It's interesting that a monk arranged a marriage.
Yeah. Like in we do not attend any marriage, but this was very, very special because it was connected with mother. Without the help of Swami Saradanandji, it would be very difficult for her to. That's why Swami Saradanandji attended, not only that, Swami Vivekananda also attended 1 or 2 marriages. So that's extraordinary cases, but generally monks do not attend. Why? That's a reason. monks perform their last rites. So though you can see that monk is roaming in the society, but actually they are dead already. We perform our last rites and then we take initiation of sannyasa. So for us, this world is dead, and for world, we are dead. So in any auspicious occasion, no dead person is welcome. Okay, so this is one point. And secondly, the marriage ceremony is for those who are still in this world. And in this world, for sannyasis, this world is an illusion. It's like a dream. Like a dream. It's not a dream, it's like a dream. We see a dream, and next morning when we wake up, then we forget about it. For a monk, it is like that. He watches this world, but for him, this is only temporary. It has no permanent existence. But if you are in the world, you cannot perform your worldly duties thinking about this. So a grihastha has to think that this world is real, my property is real, I must acquire my real property, the relationships are real. So it's like, monks are like small sports in wrong place. So that is why monks do not attend the marriage ceremony, or they are not welcome there. Even for that matter, birthdays and death anniversary, etc., etc. That means social engagement. That way, it helps monks to curtail social engagements. You can see most of the time we lose our time and energy in performing social engagements. Some marriage is there and people go there, eat, and enjoyment. So for a monk, it's all futile. And they are saved from that point of view. But here, because Saradananji has got greater goal to achieve, that means Holy Mother. For Holy Mother, this is also to be learned. You are right. This is very nice point. That being a sannyasin, how Saradananji Maharaj was there. So it is because of that. He has not gone for his particular axe to grind, or say like for a particular purpose. He went there to serve Mother. So what is the purpose? That should be seen. Not what he or one is doing. What is the purpose? That is the more important thing. Right? Thank you very much for raising this question. Okay, go ahead.
Swamiji, at what page we are reading?
545, Story of Jadu.
Continue, Swami.
Yes, continue.
Although Jadu had worked hard for Radu's wedding, disregarding the rain and muddy roads, he had picked some lotuses every day from a pond and offered them at the feet of the mother. When Sharat Maharaj made that comment, Jadu immediately left in search of more lotuses. It was pitch dark and raining heavily, with lightning and thunder. Concerned, Sharat Maharaj got up and called him, "Oh, Jodo, please come back." But the stubborn Jadu did not pay any heed to that call.
So, say we have like this habit. When one is instructed, so without performing that, we don't return. So, especially East Bengal people, now Bangladesh. So there, this is the tendency. Whatever order one receives, he should perform that. And you see, it is dangerous also. In Bengal, lots of cobras are present. And especially where the lotus flowers are grown, because that's muddy area. Every year, lots of people die because of snake bite. So anyway, Swami Sharadanji got worried and he started calling him up. Okay, go ahead.
Swami, there's a humorous story of Swami Seshananda at his sannyas ceremony. A monk asked him or said, Swami Sarada, are any of these monks really devoted? Would they jump into the Ganges now? And Swami Seshananda said he would.
Mhm.
And then Swami Saradananda said he's just boasting because he knows Swami Saradananda would not give such an irrational order.
No, this happened. You know, Swami Nishchayananda, I think, Nishchayananda. So, disciple of Swami Vivekananda. He said, if I order, can you jump? Well, yes. And actually, what happened, he was given a task to bring a cow from across the Ganga. And while coming, the cow jumped into the water, Ganga water. And lo and behold, the Swami also jumped. And he did not leave that cow and brought to mud. So this is not new. This is, this for disciple, Guru's order is very important. We not only now, one Upamanyu, that from Upanishadic age, the Upamanyu was given a task to stop water. And there was an embankment, and Guru asked to stop water. And he tried, he was trying and he could not do it. But then he discovered if he lie down there, then water is stopped. And he did that. And it was dark, and then Guru came with the lantern and started calling his name. And then only he discovered that he was lying on the embankment so that water should not come in. So Guru's order is very important, because in our tradition, the order of Guru is very important for any tradition. Once it happened, Swami Sharadeshananji, I think, Sharadeshananji, and Maharaj was there. So Maharaj told, I think Sharadeshananda or Vireshwaranji. So Maharaj told, you go and taste the water of Ganga. Is it sweet or salty? Then Maharaj told, that Swamiji told, just now I am coming from Ganga and it was sweet. Then Maharaj, Brahmanji was not happy. He said, go, or it was Swami Virajananji, I think Virajananji. So he said, go and taste and come back. Again, he went there, tasted and said, Maharaj, it is sweet. Then he said, why I sent you? Because if you can obey for a small thing, then only you will obey bigger things. Otherwise, you will start your own way of applying it. So, the order of Guru is very important. So anyway, let's go.
Holy Mother finished her kitchen work and was seated on her cot with her feet dangling. Someone told her about this incident, but she did not say anything. After an hour, Jadoo returned, drenched with rain, with 108 lotuses from a pond 1 mile away. He offered those lotuses at her feet and bowed down to her. Holy Mother blessed him by placing both of her hands on his head. Sharat Maharaj remarked, "Well, let his will be done. I hope he does not get sick." I heard that after some time, Jadoo contracted malaria, and after suffering for a while, he passed away in full consciousness in the hospital of the Ramakrishna Mission at Kankal. The story of Banku. Once a young monk asked Bhai Bhupati, a devotee of Ramakrishna, could you tell?
Just a minute. This Kankhal is in Haridwar. Haridwar is upper country, like Delhi, the upper there. So it may not be related with this, but since it is related, so Chetananji has written here. But it may not be related with this incident. But what is the point? Point is, because of the blessings of Sharat Maharaj, and he passed away with consciousness, full consciousness. Yes, Banku.
Once a young monk asked Bhai Bhupati, a devotee of Ramakrishna, could you tell us what made the master most happy? He replied, the master became very happy when a person renounced Kamini Kanchan, lust and gold. Similarly, Holy Mother was pleased when she found someone who had renounced hearth and home to become a monastic. Banku, also called Bankim, was Holy Mother's second cousin, so in Hindu society she was considered his aunt. Banku's mother died when he was young, and he was raised by his mother's aunt and grandmother in his native village of Pukure, a couple of miles south of Jairambati. From his childhood, Banku had a sweet, melodious voice and was drawn to music. When he grew up, he learned to sing the stories of Ramayana, and he gathered together a professional singing group. Banku charmed his audiences by singing different episodes from the Ramayana. He also performed Lila Kirtan, songs of an avatar's life, and danced with anklets and a chamara, a yak-tailed fly whisk. Banku became famous in the Jairambati area. Holy Mother was fond of him and once arranged for him to perform Ramnam Kirtan in her residence. One day, Banku suddenly disappeared.
Yeah, so see how this happens. Number one, Bhai Bhupati. Bhai Bhupati, if you read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, his name is mentioned there. But we don't know much about Bhai Bhupati. But he was a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. Now, master became very happy when person renounced lust and gold. That means desirelessness. And mother loved if one becomes, he renounces everything for God. So now see how this simple statement affects a person. If this person, that Banku, though he was engaged in this world, but because of this, the renunciation was stirred within him. Okay, so go ahead.
One morning, Satish Bishwas, one of Holy Mother's neighbors, saw Banku at the Amodar River. He had become a monk. Satish brought Banku to his home so that Holy Mother and the other villagers could see him. Holy Mother generally did not visit the homes of other villagers. Brahmachari Gopesh, later Swami Saradeshananda, was a friend of Banku, so he accompanied Holy Mother to see him. Many people were there, including Satish's aunt Banu. When Banu saw Holy Mother, she said to Satish, "Oh, Satish, you have great fortune today that the mother has come to your house. Please give her a seat and bow down to her." Satish.
So see, Holy Mother went to see him. Yes.
Satish's wife spread a carpet on the mud floor of their veranda, and Holy Mother sat there, dangling her legs. She wore a sari with a thin red border and a little veil on her head. Her hands were on her lap, and her hair hung over her right shoulder. Her face was serene and joyful. There were sacks of paddy by her side. It was as if Mother Lakshmi were seated at the house of a fortunate householder. Banku bowed down to Holy Mother with great devotion and stood in front of her. She graciously blessed him and remarked, "Banku has become a monk. Very good, very good." He made the right decision. Banku remained silent. He had long hair and he wore a long cloak and wooden sandals. He carried a brass water pot in one hand and a staff in the other. Banku's aunt Bhavini Devi began to cry when she saw him in monastic dress. Some villagers disapproved of Banku's becoming a monk because they wanted him to remain a professional singer.
Yeah,
However,
because that he used to entertain with villagers, and this is I heard, and I have seen, I have heard saying people, and I have seen them also. They say that if a son dies, they can forbear the separation because he has already died. But if one becomes monk, they cannot reconcile. Like because he has betrayed, as it were. And they thought lots of what he will do. He would help them, all kind of expectation. So if son dies, it is okay, but he should not become a monk. So that is the thinking. Okay.
however, Holy Mother supported Banku and praised his monastic life. She said, "It is good that Banku has become a monk. What is in this physical body? See how I am suffering from rheumatism. This body is so impermanent that finally it ends up as 4 pounds of ashes. It is wonderful that Banku has become a monk and gone to the path of God. He has made the right decision." All of the villagers listened quietly to the mother's remarks. Holy Mother invited Banku to her home and asked Gopesh to accompany him. Was Gopesh, he was a
Gopesh
monk?
Maharaj.
Was he a monk too at this point, like a brahmachari?
Yeah, brahmachari, yes.
So he was a monk also.
Later, he was very famous monk, uh, Gopesh Maharaj, that means Swami Sharadeshananji. He has written 1 or 2 books also on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and reminiscences on Holy Mother. Okay. He used to stay in Vrindavan. I missed him. Though I was very close to him, Lucknow, it's not far away. But I missed him.
After returning to her cottage, Holy Mother served refreshments to Banku and asked him to have lunch with her. After lunch, she told Banku that he could stay with her as long as he wanted. Banku was not well, but he recovered under Holy Mother's care. Although he generally practiced silence, from time to time he talked to Holy Mother and Gopesh. In the morning and evening, he would sing some bowel songs according to his mood. Gradually, he got well, and then early one morning, he disappeared. No one knew where he went.
Yeah. Because of Holy Mother, lots of such souls also took birth in that nearby places, as Sri Ramakrishna also. They come with such force that those who have almost reached the goal, they also take birth nearby. So he is one of such souls. Yes.
Gauri Ma's surprise visit. Once Gauri Ma went to see Holy Mother in Jairambati. She went to Kualpura from Vishnupur and continued to Jairambati with Brahmachari Bharata as a guide. They arrived at the Amadar River in the late afternoon and waited till it was dark before continuing to Holy Mother's cottage. Gauri Ma asked Brahmachari Varada to wait outside. She then stood at the threshold and imitated a beggar's voice, calling out, "Mother, may I have some alms?" Radhu's mother, Sarabala, came out and inquired, "Who is there?" Gauri Ma repeated, "Mother, may I have some alms?" Sarabala cried out in fear when she saw Gauri Ma in the dark and ran to Holy Mother. Immediately, the mother came out from her room and said in a firm voice, "Who is there?" Gauri Ma replied, "Mother, I am a night beggar. May I have some alms?" Although it was dark, Holy Mother recognized Gauri Ma's voice and said, "Oh, Gordasi, please come in. When did you arrive?" It was a joyful reunion.
Yeah, Gaurdashi was nun and started a nunnery also. Still, it is that that tradition is still there. And Sri Ramakrishna encouraged her to embrace the life of renunciation. And she was very nice. She ran away from her house when she was 18, I mean, small girl. And then got blessings from Guru Maharaj and also shelter in some places. And by the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna, she continued as nun. Anyway, this is another aspect of a Leela. In Leela, everything happens, all kinds of some fun, some all kinds of moods are expressed there. So here is Gaurdashi is like that.
Swami, do you know why? Because Gauridasi had already started her school for girls. Why did Swami Vivekananda want Nivedita to start one and Sister Christine also? Why not ask them to just join Gauri Ma's school and help expand it?
See, this question can be answered by Swami Vivekananda. But anyway, Swamiji had some other vision. And if you see Sarada Math, the origin of Sarada Math is Nivedita's girls' school. From there, some used to serve Holy Mother. So gradually they built up. Gaurdash is that Gaurima's tradition bit away from us. I mean, how it happened, it happens. But Sarada Math, the initial members of Sarada Math were all from the girls college of Nivedita. So this, how this happens and how the wishes of great one is fulfilled, it's very difficult to tell. But Swamiji prepared Nivedita for this. And she had to struggle a lot because Swamiji was a strong personality and Nivedita also was very strong. So too strong means lots of honing, lots of polishing. So sometimes bulldozing also happened. And Nivedita suffered a lot. And then that Mrs. Olibul would come and request Swamiji, please be soft to her. So anyway, Swamiji had less time, so he had to complete his mission. And Nivedita is the seed. Not only Nivedita inspired renunciation in girls, rather she was the seed for freedom movement. So Swamiji and Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, all encouraged. But Nivedita left Ramakrishna mission to inspire young men, and she used to deliver fire to young men like Sri Aurobindo and all revolutionary that time in Bengal. She used to lecture like this, and she would, she would tell, "Don't you feel ashamed that you are still under the foreign rule? Go and fight." And that is why, a strong lease of life was received from her. So Swamiji trained her in that mission. And the result is not only she inspired many young girls, but she inspired the freedom movement. Even Subramanyam Bharati was a poet in Tamil Nadu. He used to beat his wife. And Nivedita once scolded him so much that he stopped beating his wife. And he was so inspired by Nivedita that he composed verses on her. Not only that, J.C. Bose, Jagdish Chandra Bose, was a renowned scientist, but he was not getting any break because of being an Indian man of color. So he was not getting any opportunity. Nivedita fought for him. And Rabindranath Tagore, a great poet, also was so influenced by Nivedita that he addressed her as Lokamata, the mother of people, Lokamata Nivedita, because she conducted that plague relief, and she used to go inspire young men to come and clean the streets of Calcutta. She used to do herself. So you see, like the fire that Swamiji had, she got some portion of it. And that's why with that fire, she worked a great deal. So that's the background. But why Swamiji did not, we supported, but not fully. Because for that we need to, it's like repairing an old car is sometimes, it takes lots of time. Rather, you can have a new car and go ahead. Otherwise, you have to change everything. So this is, the example may not be very apt, but you can have the idea what may be the reason. Exactly what was in the mind of Swamiji is very difficult to say, but this may be the plausible cause. Yes.
Holy Mother and the village caste system. Ramakrishna said, the caste system can be removed by one means only, and that is the love of God. Lovers of God do not belong to any caste. The mind, body, and soul of a man become purified through divine love. A Brahmin without this love is no longer a Brahmin. And a pariah with the love of God is no longer a pariah. Through bhakti, an untouchable becomes pure and elevated. As the mother accepted and instructed all, as the master accepted and instructed all, so did Holy Mother. She accepted all as her own children and did not care for the discrimination of the rigid caste system. She indiscriminately initiated many people, including those of low castes. Some of her non-Brahmin disciples helped her with her household work and also helped to cook in the kitchen. But the orthodox, narrow-minded Brahmin villagers in Jairambati and surrounding villages, and even her own brother Kali Kumar did not approve of her Catholic views.
You see, this is very difficult to understand by you. those who are in this country. It was such a rigid system. It was. Now it is not. It was such a rigid system that if somebody would touch you, then you have to take bath. I have seen in Nepal, we went for relief in 1980. And the lower caste would go about 200 yards away from us. They would not come close to us. But Swami Sridharanji would call them and embrace. And the Brahmin, they would be upset. What, Swamiji, what have you done? Then they could understand a little. And I could understand what a caste system it was. So in that situation, in villages especially, and that also Holy Mother was a Brahmin, a widow, Brahmin widow. So it was unthinkable that she could do this about 100, how many? 140, 30, 40 years ago. 130 years ago. And Swamiji was worried when Nivedita and Mrs. Bull and Jojo went with him, and whether Holy Mother would accept them or not. So Swamiji had a great worry. But to his surprise, he saw that Holy Mother took them and welcomed them like her daughter. And that was the great relief for Swamiji. So as today, we cannot understand what was the mentality that time. In my young age, I have seen, even myself would hesitate to take water from the Christians. That mentality happens. That's that caste barrier was so rigid that time. But now it is illegal, and almost 95% has gone. 5% somewhere in some pockets may be there. Okay, go ahead.
As a result, the social leaders of the Jairambati area directly and indirectly put pressure on Holy Mother. They also collected a heavy subscription on the occasion of her Jagadatri Puja, or any function in her family, which they spent during their public festivals. Holy Mother told them, if you need any money for the public Shitala worship or Yatra performance, I shall contribute. But why are you unreasonably demanding? I am forbearing your unjust demands, but in the future, my children will not tolerate them. The mother protested to the leaders of the village, but when one of her disciples wanted to take action against them, she said, they behave like animals. It is a misuse of energy to fight with them. My son, we must hiss but not bite, or they will take advantage of us. Once during Jagadatri Puja, Holy Mother's brother Bharata was distributing food to a group of villagers that included Brahmin landlords from Jibta village. One of the monks, who was not a Brahmin by birth, put some ashes from the homa fire on Bharata's forehead. According to strict caste rules, the food being served was then considered polluted. Immediately, the Brahmins in the group stood up to leave, with their food unfinished. Their leaving would have been very inauspicious for the puja. Holy Mother rushed to them and humbly requested that they finish their meal. Finally, they penalized Holy Mother 25 rupees and sat down again and ate the food. The news reached Calcutta. A few days later, Lalit Chattopadhyay came to Jairambati with a gramophone and a pistol. Every day, Lalit played gramophone records in Holy Mother's living room to entertain the villagers. The people of Jairambati had never seen a gramophone and were amazed to hear music coming from a machine. One day, the landlords from Jibta, who had penalized Holy Mother, came to hear the gramophone. Lalit played a couple of records for them, but then he took out his pistol. He said angrily, those who have collected a fine from the mother, please beg forgiveness from her and return the money, or I shall shoot you. Holy Mother, her sisters-in-law, and some other women were outside the room listening to the gramophone. When Lalit got up with his pistol, the mother tried to stop him. But the heroic devotee said to her, "Mother, now I am your terrible child. I shall not listen to you. These people think that you are helpless and live in Jairamati with no one to protect you. They must beg forgiveness from you and from me too." The landlords begged forgiveness from the mother and returned the money.
It is said, Shate Shatyam Samacharit. That means how to react, how to interact with bad people. That you have to interact as they are. If they are clever, so you have to deal with them with cleverness. So here, bad people, if you request, they won't listen. So you need to interact with them in appropriate way. So here, Lalit did the same thing. Okay.
Chapter 5 describes the beginning and tradition of the Jagadatri Puja in Jairambati. This annual worship of the Mother of the Universe was closely connected with Holy Mother. Every autumn, the monks and devotees participated.
Jagadhatri means the mother who is holding this Jagat, this universe, the holder of this universe, Jagadhatri. And it is Holy Mother. And there, mother is on lion, riding on a lion and chastising an elephant. So elephant means restless, mind, sensuality. Those who want to go away from sensuality, they should worship the Jagadhatri. And mother has incarnated in this way also, the Jagadhatri. So mind is restless, mind is powerful, but it can be controlled by the Divine Mother who is riding on lion. In front of lion, elephant is tamed, or they are afraid of lions. So that's why mana kari means elephant. Mind is the elephant, and mind can be controlled by worshipping Mother Jagadhatri. So that's the mother's puja.
Every autumn, the monks and devotees participated in this event, and Holy Mother's presence created an ethereal mood. She seldom missed Jagadatri Puja in Jairambati. Holy Mother even prolonged the festival by keeping the image of goddess Jagadatri for 3 days, so that the people of Jairambati and its adjoining villages could enjoy food, music, and yatra performances longer. One evening...
Yeah. So here it's like Durga Puja. Durga Puja is also 3-day puja. And this happens 1 month after Durga Puja. So Saptami, Ashtami, Namami, and Dashami, and 10th day, she is immersed in the water body. So, it's a worshipping God, worshipping Divine Mother in image. So, in the beginning, Mother is invoked in that image and then worshipped. And after the worship is over, then it's called Visarjan. Visarjan means reverse creation. So that way it is withdrawn. And then it is like a clay image. So clay is discarded. But when there is prana pratishtha means like invoking the Divine Mother. Yes.
One evening after Vespers, the monks and devotees began to sing some devotional songs in Prasanna's parlor, including the following: "Do not worry about the vision of the mother. She is the mother of everyone, not simply of you and me. She is the mother of the untouchables as well as Brahmins. If one calls on the mother once, his life never goes in vain. To hear the call, Mother, Mother, from the children, the Divine Mother remains behind the door, because if they see her, they will not call her anymore. If the mother were cruel, she would not give birth to children. The world would become barren, and people would suffer without food. When you perspire profusely, who is the air that cools you?
Hmm. So this is, you can see sometimes, mothers hide themselves, and then a child calls mother, 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 then only she appears. So this is that song. Once I attended this Jagadhatri Puja there. It's very joyous. And then Jatra means a theater, but village theater. It's open stage. And they perform, they come and they go like that. But that creates a very beautiful atmosphere. Yes.
The devotees joyfully clapped their hands and repeated some lines from the song. Holy Mother listened attentively. That night, Holy Mother told Brahmachari Bharata, "Aha, that song was simply captivating. It is true that devotees have no caste, and all children are the same to me. I wish I could feed them from the same plate. But this wretched country has such pride regarding caste. In any case, there is no problem regarding puffed rice, because it is not cooked food. Tomorrow, early in the morning, go to Karmarpukur and buy 2 seers, 4 pounds of jalepees from the shop of Satya Myra. The next morning, at 9 o'clock, Bharata went to Karmarpukur and brought the jalepees. The mother offered some to the master, and then arranged them around heaps of puffed rice on a big plate. She sent this to the devotees in Prasanna's parlor. A dozen monks and devotees joyfully began to eat breakfast, as Holy Mother stood in another room and watched. Observing people,
That gives great joy to mothers. We get joy by eating, and mothers get joy by feeding. Okay.
observing people coming from the various places in India to visit Holy Mother, the villagers gradually realized that devotees are in a special class. One day, some children were playing in front of her cottage as Holy Mother was seated on the veranda. Seeing some new people, a boy asked, "Who are they?" The other boy replied, "They are devotees." "What is their caste?" The other boy replied wisely, "Don't you know? They are devotees." As she listened to the boy's conversation, Holy Mother remarked, "Look, anything that comes from the mouths of children becomes true. They understand perfectly that devotees form a separate caste." Holy Mother's low caste disciples. One morning, a young schoolboy from the Garbita area came to meet Holy Mother at Jairambati. He was a Bhagdi, which was a low caste. At noon, he asked Holy Mother to give him initiation. She listened to his background and was hesitant to initiate him in her village. She said, "Well, you have your family guru. You can have initiation from him. You are young, so don't be in a hurry for initiation. Moreover, at present, my health is not good and I have too many problems here. It would be better if you could come to Calcutta for initiation." The boy replied, "Well, Mother, I understand that you are hesitant to be a Bhagdi's mother, but in the Telubello meadow, you didn't hesitate to become a Bhagdi's daughter."
Boy was very, very clever. Yeah, very nice.
Holy Mother smiled, but said nothing. Later, she said to him, "My child, tomorrow morning take your bath and wait. After my worship, someone will call you." The next morning after her worship, Holy Mother initiated the boy. At that time, her brother Kali Kumar was buying groceries in Haldigram, and Nalini had gone to take her bath. Holy Mother was concerned about how they would react if they came to
Yeah.
know about the initiation.
So because they are custodians, all the time, they used to keep watch on mother. what mother is doing, what wrong she is doing, like that. Yeah.
However, it went off without any difficulty. Holy Mother was extremely careful to avoid confrontation with her conservative family members. Bhusan Chandra Puila was another disciple of Holy Mother who belonged to the Bhagdi caste. Bhusan recalled his initiation. In the afternoon, I went to Jayrambati with my uncle Shivadas Dalui and his uncle Jatindra Dalui. I asked for initiation from the mother, but she declined. I told her, Mother, you had a Bhagdi father, so why are you hesitant to accept Bhagdi children? At night, when she asked us to have prasad, I said, if you do not initiate us, we shall not eat. We did not eat that night, and neither did the mother. The next morning, Uncle Prasanna came to us and said, Sister has asked you to have a bath and go to her for initiation. Swami Parameshwarananda told this story. It was long after the incident at Telubelu. The mother was then at Jayrambati. A young Bhagdi man came and asked the mother, please initiate me. I was present. The mother said, I am not well. It is not possible for me to initiate you. That young man thought that the mother was reluctant to initiate him because he belonged to the low Bhagdi caste. Piqued, he said in a harsh voice, or harsh tone, I see that you could be a daughter of a Bhagdi, but you don't want to be the mother of a Bhagdi. I have come from Telo village. Please know that your robber father is my father. When she heard this, the mother was pleased and initiated him despite her illness.
So that was very popular. Yeah, that in villages, the story goes, it's not without any social media, it goes very fast. Okay.
Holy Mother's farsightedness. Sudhir Chandra Samui was born in Jayrambati. His father was an illiterate farmer, and his grandmother was one of Holy Mother's maids who mopped the floor and washed the clothes. Holy Mother told her to send her grandson, Sudhir, to school. He later graduated from the University of Calcutta and became the headmaster of Deopara Champamani High School. He wrote in his memoirs, at that time, there was no school for the children in Jayrambati village. The mother arranged to start a primary school for them. The mother had deep feelings for the poor farmers of the village. Once she asked Vibhuti Ghosh, a disciple of the mother, Vibhuti, it would be wonderful if a dam could be built on the Amadar River to divert some water to the Aher, a big lake that is now called Mayer Digi. That will help the farmers to irrigate their fields during the drought. I have seen Amjad, a robber of Shiromanipur, who came to see the mother from time to time. We were afraid of him. I saw the mother receive him with affection and feed him. At that time, there was no good facility for drinking water in the village. The villagers bathed and washed clothes in the same pond where they collected drinking water. The mother arranged through Swami Sarada to dig a well in the village so that people could have good drinking water. During Jagadatri Puja, the mother would arrange a big festival and feed the villagers. She supervised the whole affair. She had unbounded love and affection for the villagers. My uncle Ramendra Ghosh looked after the mother's cows. Once he was bitten by a snake. The village doctor and Vibhuti tied his hand so that the poison could not spread, and the doctor cut the spot to take out the poisonous blood. The mother rushed there and said to them, What are you doing? Take Ramendra to the capital of Simhavahini, give him the mother's bathing water to drink, and apply the mud of the temple to his wound. He will be all right. It was done, and Ramendra recuperated within 2 or 3 days. On some auspicious occasions, the mother and Aunt Banu went to the Amadar to bathe. Seeing the farmers working in the fields, the mother commented, These people work so hard but do not get square meals every day. The place where the mother took her bath is now called the Meyer Ghat.
Mhm. Yeah, still is there, and there is an exhibition there, and beautifully decorated. So anyway, thank you very much. So I'll say our prayer. Akshay, anything to ask?
No.
Okay, good. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you very much. Jai Ma. So next Friday will not be there. Of course, tomorrow we'll have Panchadashi, and then I'm going outside. That's why, I am traveling. So next week will not be there. After that, then there is I think one, yes, in December, we'll have. Okay.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma, Jai Ma.
Pranam Swamiji. Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Pranam Swamiji.
Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Hari Om.